Greetings, detectives, and welcome to a game called The Monster Inside. This game is an audio-visual novella by Random Seed Games, as you can tell right there. It's supposed to have a lot of story, and it's supposed to be all, like, mystery-esque. So I was like, yes, please, that looks fantastic. So I honestly don't know a lot to expect, because the trailer was really short. So we're gonna just find out together. Let's see. My heart pounded. Ear still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I'd had in years left me feeling like I'd been punched in the jaw. Ugh. But just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. Yeah, I mean, dragging yourself out of bed is about enough for me. There was another notice on the door from Mayor Vignette's office. Permits out of date. They didn't like me much and were trying to drown me in paperwork. Okay. It was a slow month. Weeks since I'd had any real case to work on, so I passed the time pacing the office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner. Gosh, I look beautiful. Safely covered with an old bedsheet. Oh, they covered the mirror of the bedsheet. Also me. Okay, I don't dare look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see. After, probably all the, like, miskeep on your face and body because you haven't been looking in the mirror. Afraid someday I might have to face what I really am. A hobo who doesn't brush his hair for the life. The girl came in so quiet I nearly choked on my own cigarette and spit it out. Girl. Girl. Sorry, I'm not supposed to read that.
Mister, please, you got to help me, mister.
You calm down, sit and talk slow. Or yeah, what can I help you with? You ever heard of knocking first? Let's be a little bit edgy. You ever heard of knocking first?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to intrude, but this is a place of business, and I have business money.
It's all right. Sit down and tell me your tale. What if I don't want to tell her that? She eyed me with just a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a hand of pills and chased them with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a while. Her name was Lily. A murderer's name if I ever heard one, and I've heard a lot, at least Craig and Carl. She told me she was his mistress, the man all over the newspapers, the infamous banker Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. That's a bad last name. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, philandering bastard, but this girl seemed genuinely concerned that he'd recently gone missing. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago, because she realized she could finally move in on that. Get that plasma screen TV, baby.
You don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. Like, he hated his wife, but he couldn't have killed her. Everybody thinks it was him, but no one believes me. He's got to be in trouble.
I ain't saying I believe you, but what makes you think he's in danger? Case looks pretty simple to me. Yeah, let's do the top one there.
Well, Mr.
Jack. You can call me Jack. Like, Jack Daniels.
Jack, whoever did this to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would never left without me. He promised me.
Well, you're kind of the side chick, so no offense to you, but I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. He couldn't deliver on him. Like he...
Please, the cops won't listen to me, and they want to bring him on charges. You gotta prove it wasn't him before they find him.
Honestly, I doubt they're in too much of a hurry. Why is that? Farnsworth had practically the entire police forces in his deep pockets. Probably why they hadn't found much yet. Oh, so Farnsworth, he's got most of the town up his sleeve. Nice. If they found him and brought him in, it would be due to public pleasure or pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than an old man with money. Got my curiosity, but you might not like what I find. I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of this. Don't you worry now. I like the top one. We're gonna play edgy. I normally like to play the good guy, but today we're gonna play a bit of a jerk.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Jack. Thank you, but please be careful. I don't think this was just any murderer or kidnapper. You know, your day-to-day baby with a long blade sword. I think it was a beast.
Like a beast of a man? Like a boss? A beast. The words hit my ears like a drum rolling down a hill doing cartwheels. in that I had no idea what was going on. The word struck me funny, like when you draw your elbow on a hard corner. Not a word many use these days, except in hushed whispers and bedtime stories for children. Only they were real enough, all right. They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges. But I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years, back when I was still a cop myself. Wow. Okay, so we were at next cop. That's definitely an interesting theory. I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't worry. The detective worked to me. Let's not to jump to confusions. That's definitely an interesting theory. Let's start with that. Yeah. I have a feeling about it. Something tells me you can get to the bottom of it. You're good at this type of thing. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Speaking of being good with things, I'm going to grab a blanket because I'm not good with this freezing cold. And my little heater that I just bought today, I set him all up and he broke on me like within minutes. So I got to get a new one, I guess. But yeah, so we're just going to cozy up in a blanket here. Hopefully I don't look like a floating head. Sure, can't you see how busy I am with cases? We have no cases. I replied a little too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. I love sarcasm. It's my favorite language. It's my first language. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call me if she saw anything suspicious. Why wouldn't you lock your doors? I guess this was a different time, though. But still, I didn't know if she was in any danger herself, but better safe than sorry. Yeah, that's true. And also sleep with a gun. That night I made my way down to Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something there the cops had missed. Next chapter. Okay, cool. That was kind of fun. It does read like a visual novel, for sure. Mostly just novel part. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I've got a knack for finding the things often others overlook. Whoa. Jeez. A knack. More of a symptom of a condition. Others less useful symptoms I keep in check, but for the time being, my keen sense of smell will come in handy. I'm actually a dog, if you didn't know. It was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. Beautiful coffee, and it's how I start every day. Hashtag Starbucks, not Spawn. The scent was less of a thing and more of an emotion. Seduction. Ooh. Okay. Maybe you've been seduced by delicious Starbucks coffee. A strangely familiar scent. I expected the scent of a trepidation or maybe even outright fear. But Mr. Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of pleasure when she left this world. Oh, Mrs. Farnsworth, that's right. Brought new meaning to a crime of passion. Speaking of smells, like this is a little off topic, but it's been getting really cold. So I picked up some body lotion that would, kind of help combat all the dryness in the air. And I swear, it 100% smells like old people. Like I immediately put it on, like your grandma or something like that. Like a good old person smell, not a bad one. But I immediately I finished rubbing it on my body and I'm like, oh gosh, I smell like Graham. I think I tweeted that. So there you are. Here it is in real life. Pushing the thought from my mind, it was time to go down to business. Investigate the scene. Ooh, cool. So do we get to do stuff? Oh, heck yeah. I was afraid we'd just read everything. Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops had left behind in their haste. But cops don't wear 2,000 pair of carquinos. I'm so unfamiliar with expensive shoes. I have no idea how to spell that or to sound that out. It looked like Mr. Farnsworth was there that night and walked away on his own 2 feet. Ooh, investigate the scene more. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. There's a mark on the tree. A burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my finger along its length and felt a chill down my spine. This wasn't just any burn mark. This was a sick burn. There was a mark of an ancient magic. It's doubtful the cops would have picked up on it. Could Lily have been right here? Something unnatural was at play here. But I was no stranger to the strange. I had seen Stranger Things season 1 and 2, and they were amazing. After looking around for a while, I realized the park had given up all. It was hiding from me. So I trudged back to my apartment, and my head hit my pillow like it owed me money. Oh, I love these little references. Oh, that's great. All right, next chapter. The next morning, I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares, but I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. It's 6 in the morning, Lily, go home. I like to sleep in till at least 10 p.m. She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the mayor's office. I motioned for her to step inside. Seemingly afraid of what I might say, she finally worked up the courage to ask because I was a jerk and didn't say anything to comfort her.
So, what did you find?
Well, I've got some good news. Mr. Farnworth might still be alive. Not sure about Beast, but something unnatural is at play. Might be right. To worry about monsters. Found his spells marked. Let's start with good news. I'm gonna change it a little bit. Let's see. I probably shouldn't have given her false hope like that, but she seemed like she needed something to hold on to right then. She didn't need to know about the mark on the tree.
Yes, she did. How'd you know that? Where is he?
Found his footprints. Seemed like he got out safely. There were signs at the scene, and he was at the scene and slipped away. Let's do that. I don't want to say got out safely. My tone was indifferent towards her as I turned and grabbed a bottle from my desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. But at least we got enough drink to counteract all that.
But you don't know where he went. How on earth could we? With just like a couple of footprints. You think, like when you walk around outside, you see footprints that follow you everywhere? Do you think the news this morning is related?
What news is that?
Haven't you heard? No, we've been sleeping all day.
Yeah, but maybe you should tell me what you know. No, rough night followed by a rough morning. Yeah, let's be honest.
They found the police chief's wife dead, but down by the docks. They say it happened last night.
And everyone's wife is dying. Let me guess. Chief Amato is missing too. My face might have betrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicions, but it faded quickly. Amato was a horrible cop and a horrible chief. But he was half the reason I left the force. The other was that I was fired, but we don't need to get into that right now. But now his wife was dead, and I had more questions than I did the day before. The plot just thickened like thick soup on a cold, chilly day in the summertime. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the splitting pain in my temples. I told Lily I need time to work, and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. We're not a freaking what is it? We're a detective, not a magician. There it is. I kept mixing up with doctor. That night after the cops had cleared out of the docks, I would slip down and see what I could uncover concerning Mr. Amato's untimely demise. Next chapter. Man, we are just tearing through these chapters. The cold air smelled strongly of salt and oil and dead body. Could it be? That smell again, like someone had bottled pure aerosol and used it as perfume. Isn't that like like some kind of an alcohol that like cleans up smells? It hit me like a long forgotten memory, like a baseball bat smacked in my face when I was in kindergarten. But the sensual fumes soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what the scent reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. I looked down at my hands, shaking. The nightmares, the headaches. No, I was better now, reformed. I was a changed man. I had to focus, no jumping to conclusions. Follow the evidence. This isn't buttered popcorn like I thought. Investigate the scene. All right. Red Phoenix cigarettes. Same crummy brand I smoke every day. Everybody's got their vice. Investigate the scene more. All right, what's this over here? They're just there. The small piece of purple fabric torn and caught in the splinter of a board. Wow. The police report didn't say anything about Mr. Amato wearing purple, and it's certainly of a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around flaunting royal purple threads, now do we? I was hearing a lot about, like, fancy clothes. I pulled out my own pack of reds and lit it up. That's right. I could already feel another headache coming on, probably 'cause all the smoking. But looking out over the waves seemed to help me forget. The cold helped me push down the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. All right, what happens next? I honestly don't remember the walk back to the office. Apparently I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered on my clothes. It was still dark out. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? I'd really slept through the entire day? Jeez. This lazy dude, he's so me. A newspaper was sitting under the door. As I stood to fetch it, I nearly fell over. A wave of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks on a bicycle swing in Sweden. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Before I'd even picked up the paper, I could already read the headline.
Jeez. Breaking: mayor missing, wife found dead. What is this? Oh, jeez.
2 cases is a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. The cops would come asking questions soon. They knew I had a history of antagonizing all the victims. I stumbled to my desk and slammed back 3 days' worth of inhibitor pills. I couldn't take any chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. I threw on my jacket and went to the door. Lily caught me off guard on the other side.
Jack, where are you off to? I haven't been able to reach you all day.
I've been sleeping, again. I'm sorry, Lily, but I don't have time to talk. I have to go. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay, but we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe. I feel like she might have had some important information, but I feel like we have to get the crime scene first.
She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her it would be okay, but that would be a lie.
Wow, we are really smooth with the ladies. Like, she's literally paying us to do this, and she's still like, wow.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna blush. The alley was located just behind the high-rise apartments where Mayor Vignetti and his wife lived. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last.
Whoa.
They hadn't even bothered to submit the trash into evidence.
Whoa, really? Investigate the scene. Oh, so they're also scared. They're not even doing their job very well. It is kind of interesting that, like, they're targeting main people, like your mayor and your police force. That's scary. Like, your chief of police force. And what was the other one? Oh, like the rich man that kind of helped run the town. So, like, someone's targeting people in power.
Why wouldn't they at least look through the dumpster? It seems untouched. No one wants to do the dirty work. But I know how to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take long if you know what to look for. Lightweight bags usually mean someone was dumping documents. If you were lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot. Shell companies, shady stock trades, bribes. I knew Mayor Vignetti was crooked, but this was unbelievable.
Jeez, wow, just throw it straight in there.
And there were more letters between Mayor Vignetti and Chief Amato. Oh, whoa. Oh, sorry, I got all cozy with the blanket. Talking about me. How they were trying to get me to shut down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scenes all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around this one.
Jeez, investigate the scene. All right, let's see what else is here. Let's look at the car.
Vignetti's car. If he's still alive, why wouldn't he have left in his car? It doesn't make any sense. I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him, but the stakes were too high, and my bet was edging towards the unthinkable. I was searching around for anything that might assuage my fears. I caught the scent again. It overwhelmed my other senses with unduly pleasure. It was intoxicating. A weapon used on the weak-willed, a weapon I knew all too well, though it had been many years since I had used it. Jeez, was another like me? Was I being framed? Whoa! Was it possible? It wasn't possible. Or was it? I was taking my inhibitors. I was reformed. But the nightmares, the headaches, the memories, lapses. I couldn't even trust myself. Oh, maybe we're killing everybody. I started walking back to the alley when something shiny caught my eye. A watch, and a new Nintendo Switch, which I can't afford yet. Not just any watch, though. My watch.
What?
How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I dropped it when I first came down the alley. I checked the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or had I used the wall clock? I couldn't be sure. I couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran.
Oh, man. Dude, that is so good. Wow. It's so simple, but like, I love the storytelling and like the old, the way that they would talk in like detective movies and stuff. It's really fun to do and kind of fun to read as well. But I think I'm going to leave the episode here, but I think I'm going to come back to this. This is pretty fun. I feel like I should have almost done like a black and white filter for the entire episode or something like that. But I don't know. But anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. If this is your first time here, smash that subscribe button as I make new videos every single day. And I will see you guys tomorrow with another one. Bye-bye. if I cover my body, I look like this little floating ghost head.